All right, so let's talk about taking partials and how you can apply that to your trading. So I currently have 1,000 shares of OBCI. I bought here at the 480, a little bit of support there. I got my stop mentally. My stop mentally is down here at the 470 area. And what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on selling a little bit of shares above $5 and then hold the rest for a new push to a new high. Currently 533 is the high here. That was this morning. That was not pre-market, so this is during market hours. And I'm looking for this to bounce off the VWAP, bounce off the EMAs, and want to push back up to that $5 area. And you can see here on the chart, this is a 5-minute chart, kind of what I'm looking at and why I'm buying there. I'm currently up $40, looking for this to bounce and push above $5 and look to take some partials above $5. If this doesn't work out and the 470 area gets hit, I'll get out for a small loss. So that's really what it's all about. I'm risking $100 here for the possible $300, $400 move to the upside, and that's what it's all about. So taking a partial here is going to allow me to take off a little bit of the risk as this pushes up there. We can see that we had a little bit of trouble before at $5. So if this does push to 5, I'll look to take a little bit of profit. If this pushes up here, probably 516, 520 area, I'll look to take a little bit more profit, and then I'll look to hold the rest for that push above $5.33. Now, what that is doing, like I said, is it's taking a little bit of risk off, but it's also allowing me to take some profit along the way. It's going to let me be a little bit more confident in the trade. It's going to slow everything down. My emotions are going to be in check, and it's going to allow me to just be like, hey, look, I'm taking profit. I'm taking green, green, green on the way up as this moves up. Instead of me just holding and hoping and praying, I'm allowed to take a little bit of profit along the way, and that's going to allow me, like I said, to kind of remove a lot of that emotional connection to money at that point because I'm already in at 480. I know what my stop is. If this does squeeze back above $5, it works out beautifully. I take a little bit of profit there. We'll look at it like this. I'll take a little bit of profit at 5. I'll take a little bit of profit at 515, and I'll look to take most of the profit there above 533, right? That should make a lot of sense to you guys here. So now we're pushing again. We're up, seeing on level 2. We're at 490, currently pushing up here, and we're looking for a push. Let me see if I can move my head a little bit so you can see level 2 a little bit better. Now we're looking for this to push up there to 5, nice and slowly. My heart rate has not increased because, again, what have I done? I've identified what my overall risk. I've identified what my overall trade plan is. I've got everything in line. So I know that there is a chance that I might lose money here. There's always a chance of that, right? So I'm totally fine with this trade because I know that my risk to reward is in line, if that makes sense, right? My risk to reward is looking beautiful because as we're pushing here back above 5, a little bit of a spread right now. We got a bid there. I should get filled, 502. All right, so I got filled 300 shares. Again, I'm taking a little bit of green. Now I'm up $63. So as long as I stop out of this basically a little bit above break even, I'll still walk away with $63. But I'm maximizing my profit by taking a partial here because I'm holding through this move. I'm looking for a push back to the high, up there above 515. I'll take another 300 shares there up at the 515 area. And I'm just kind of sitting back here and letting this trade work out beautifully. That's what we're looking for. Nice and easy little trades. Taking profit along the way. Now we're kind of pulling back here. We're at the EMAs again. We're looking for that support to bounce back above 5. Having a little bit of trouble right now. Volume a little light right now through here, but we're looking good. Looking for a little bit more bounce here. 480 coming back down. Got about a 20-cent spread currently, so that's volume just a little too low right now on this stock to really get it going, I think. Big buyer there again at 494. 300 shares there at 494. Again, just to lock that down. Now I'm up $100. I've still got 400 shares left, and I'll look to see if this can push up there towards the 515 area. If it doesn't, looking a little weak right now. I was hoping a little bit more volume would come in there. You can see how the volume is kind of dying, so I don't really want to hold this too long as I'm worried this could just kind of wash out here and get back down there pretty quickly. So if we can't get the buyers to come in there above $5, then I'll look to just kind of get out here for break even at that point. So looking a little weak right here. And like I said, this is why I'm taking partials, because it's allowing me to kind of manage my trade properly. I can take profit on this push here. I can kind of take a little bit off as I see that we're having trouble here at the $5 area, but still taking profit, still in the green here. So that's exactly what we want to do. And like I said earlier, in other parts of the course with the overall sizing and things like that, is a lot of times, when you go into a trade, you might have an idea, but you've got to adjust that idea sometimes. And that's what is good about taking partials, is it allows you to kind of have that confidence through the trade and kind of hold a little bit longer. You can hold it a little bit longer to maximize profit. Because now, let's say this pushes up there. I'm going to go ahead and take it off right there. I'm not really liking how we're stuck below 5. I was looking for just a push right back up there above $5. So still, taking profit, still in the green, but taking partials along the way. You can also, a lot of times, they'll size in, maybe with 1,000 shares, maybe buy some more shares, and they'll size in so that way when they're sizing in, they can kind of look for better opportunities, maybe a little bit better of a dip buy here. But in general, overall, for me, is I'm looking to buy the dip, and then I'm looking to take partials on the way up. You can see this did not go to the moon like we were hoping for, and that's trading. At the end of the day, your risk to reward, my reward was there. If this pushed, we got to push up there to 533 area. That would have been beautiful. It would have worked out, exactly like we wanted to. But in general, once we saw that we had trouble, $5, trouble there, trouble, getting there, 515 area. That's what we're kind of worried about, because look at this. We've got this high here at the 515, and then we've got these highs here at 509. So something's telling us that there's a lot of selling pressure above this area, especially on the 5-minute chart. You can see 508 there, 509 there, getting stuck, getting tighter. But in general, I'm going to take my profit, and I'm going to be green, and I'll kind of wait for another opportunity if that arises. But right now, you can see how it just dropped from 496 down there to 480. Volume really low. I was expecting the volume to come in here. Once we got that pop back above 5, I was expecting, volume to increase through this move, but instead the volume has continued to kind of dip here. So that's why I ended up taking profit and just kind of taking those partials. And we'll see. There's always a chance this thing, squeezes back above that $5 area and goes to 533. At that point, we can wait for another opportunity to take a trade. But this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about taking partials, and how taking partials will allow you to hold trades longer, to maximize your profit, take a little bit of green off, lock it down, lock in that profit along the way. You're locking in profit. That way, either way, let's say this thing goes to 530. I lock profit on the way, and then it crashes back down. Instead of me hoping and praying the whole way and hoping that it goes to the new high, I'm locking profit along the way. And that's going to make me much more confident in my trade mentally. And, it's just good to lock in profit along the way. You'll see some of the best traders in the world, they'll do the same thing. They'll buy the dip and they'll lock profit as they pushes higher. And they're not just holding and hoping and praying. They're locking in profit at key areas. Like I said, that $5 area, that whole dollar, and then 515 was a resistance here. And then 533 is the high so far today. So if this got stuck below 533, I look to take profit there. So there you have it. Little trade here on OBCI talking about taking partials along the way. It's very important to take partials, not just for your overall account to grow, but also that mental idea. It's going to allow you to have way more confidence and be more confident through the trade, and really allow you to be in the driver's seat. That's a good way to put it. You're in the driver's seat. Through this entire trade, I was never red. I was green through this entire trade, and I was taking profit along the way, and I was confident in that trade. I had everything lining up. I had the EMAs, I had the VWAP. Everything was in my favor, and I had my risk already outlined. Having that risk outlined, saying, hey, the worst that happens is I get out for maybe $100, $150 loss. Totally fine, because I'm looking at this like, hey, there's a $300, $400 reward here. Did I get $300, $400? No. But I was able to go into the trade level-headed, no emotion, and just trade it and get out and take profit and walk away.